The next person I'd like to present to the stage, or ask to be presented to the stage, without further ado, I would like to ask Shaikh Shafayat to present himself to the stage. He's the Amir of Darul Uloom Institute, where these children are actually studying the Hufaz program. He's also the founder of Alhikmat Dawah Services. Please present yourself to the stage, inshallah.
Okay, alhamdulillah. All praises and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing us to be here today. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower His peace and blessings unto the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and unto all the messengers that God Almighty sent to this world. And I have Rabbi sitting right in front of me. And I must tell you, I have a hard time with Rabbi when we go on debates in synagogues and churches, and he's smiling. He's always attacking me, but we are good friends. And that's the fun about interfaith work. We're always going back and forth, and he's like, you guys got to correct some of these things. But you'll hear from Rabbi a little later on in the program. I want to greet each and every one of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I am not the guest speaker, and I'm not lecturing today, so let me put your hearts at ease. I'm only going to introduce our keynote speaker, Colonel Lembke, who I came to know a couple months ago when I had no clue why I was invited at the U.S. Army South Command in Doral, a place that never allowed me to enter when I were invited. Colonel will tell you about that. They said, no, the maths doesn't calculate. We need to get some more clarification. So, all right, I came back home. I happened to go back the next day, and Colonel Lembke got the green light, and I were able to enter this international conference of chaplains and soldiers and people in the U.S. Army South Command. We became good friends, and we have had a lot of communication in the last few months. Last week, was it last week, Colonel? Last week, there was also a 3-day conference for chaplains worldwide, and there were 2 Muslims that represented, myself from America and 1 chaplain from Britain. He happens to be the only Muslim chaplain in the British Army, not just police and correctional institution, but represents the British Army. And do you know how interesting that was? We had, especially me, Muslims who saw pictures of a lecture that I did at the U.S. Air Force Base in Homestead, and they posted it up. First to go to hell would be Shaikh Shafayat. Why is he associated with these people? I'm telling you, I got to let you, it's public knowledge on Facebook. Why is he dressed with a pants and shirt? Is he dressing like the kuffar so they won't think he's a terrorist? This is public information. Go check Alhikmat. That's why we have these network boys. See, a lot of you don't know what we go through outside there. Colonel will bear testimony that when I was at the U.S. Air Force Base last week, one guy got up and he's like, why do you guys have in the Quran that you must kill all of us? Something to that effect. Jews, Christians, is it true you got to kill all infidels if they don't accept Islam? Colonel is right here. Some of the sergeants who are sitting here, I know they're not in soldiers' uniform, but they're very hardcore people here, sitting right. I had to be defending Islam among all these chaplains and soldiers and people from all over the world. And when I came back home, only to read online, because the Muslim chaplain from Britain, he took the picture. I couldn't take a picture of myself. And he sent it over to Alhikmat. They put it on Alhikmat Facebook, only to come back home before I reach home. And you have all these fatwas by Muslims that Shaikh Shafayat is going to hell because he is associated with the kuffar and the infidels, the murderers of Muslims. And those are the kind of things that you find yourself in when you are in this kind of work of interfaith and dawah. And I'm telling you this in front of people who are present and who are present when I happen to have been between those sides. So, it's a pleasure to have you here. Well, I want to tell you something else. I don't want you to get scared. Don't get up and leave. Are you going to get up and leave? All right. You got enough soldiers around here and chaplains and experienced people. You got his deputy here, officer, do I have the name? Turney, right? Towery. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Towery, before I went to the Air Force Base, Sergeant Harris said, if you don't want to have any problems and they don't want to open your car and the bonnet and the hood and screen your pants and the trunk and everything else, park your car in Walmart. Mr. Chuck, Officer Chuck, Sergeant Chuck came and met me at Walmart. He's right here, just telling you what you go through to do dawah. For me to get inside there, he just showed his government badge in a government car and we went through. It was a little hassle, leaving my car in Walmart all the way down in Homestead. You know, that was a little scary. I was more worried about that. So I told the sergeant, I got to park close where nobody will steal the car. Only to come back, being attacked by one guy inside there about Islam. That's no problem. That's why we went there. Because to clarify the misunderstandings of Islam. By non-Muslims and non-Muslims who misunderstand Islam and the Quran and these different perspectives. But when you have Muslims not understanding it, that's a problem. So what I wanted to tell Colonel, he came here last year, sometime in October, I think. And again, the boys put it up on Facebook. Now, Facebook is a big thing, huh? Right now, your program is being broadcasted live. This is a live broadcast on your phones. If you click your iPhone, you'll see yourself. If they click on you, iPads, phone, computer, everything. Only for someone from some foreign country to say, why did you have that infidel in the masjid? Oh, yes, sir. I mean, I don't want you to read it and then not accept my invitation, but I want to let you know what we go through. And we don't believe that. We don't think like that. That's why I invited you then, and that's why I invite you and your team here. And that's the whole reason of Alhikmat and its Dawah and all the other organizations. We have a lot of prominent organizations here. We got CARE here, we got Cosmos here. We got a lot of people who do interfaith work here. The purpose is to get people to better understand Muslims, Islam, and the Quran. And the misunderstanding that exists out there, that's why a lot of people have to go through the 9 yards to clarify these things. And I really appreciate you coming, bringing your wife, and bringing the whole team here. We have a lot of other prominent people, but I don't want to get into that list right now. Representatives from various masjids, from different organizations, and I just want to let you know before introducing you to this microphone, you got a lot of people from different massages, all the way from West Palm Beach, representing West Palm Beach and the different mosques and the different centers. We got Rabbi Barry Silver here, a former Florida state representative, hardcore politician. Are you Democrat or Republican? Both. Okay. Knowing him, he's a slick rabbi, you know. Anyhow, we are good friends for many, many years. I was introduced to Rabbi Silver by his father. I'm not that very old, but I happened to know his father before, and his father passed me on to him when the father passed. So you have a very diverse audience here, Colonel. We've got Reverend Spencer from the church. We've got Rabbi Graf here. We've got a wide variety of pastors, priests, non-Muslims in our audience here today, with a lot of Muslims representing various major organizations, Miami Gardens, Masjid Al-Hijra, Masjid Momineen in Coral Springs, Masjid Nur al-Islam. I see the Imam and Sheikh Musab. There are a wide line of people. I will have to go through the list, so bear with me, but I just wanted to say those things so the Colonel will know you got ICNA. Did I forget anybody else? Masjid Al-Ansar, Masjid Al-Amin from Boynton Beach. You got a real, you're not speaking to a Darul Uloom audience. You're speaking to South Florida leadership here. Yes, of course. But I got to tell you a little bit who he is. Come, Colonel. It's a pleasure to have the Colonel here. I need to say just 2 or 3 lines on. Those guys might kill me now faster, but anyhow. Just briefly, he has a long list, coming from all the way where he is. I'm just going to skip most of the lines and read just a few lines. Colonel Michael Lembke was born in California. He's from California. Grew up in Indiana. Colonel Lembke graduated from a university in Indiana and received his Master's of Divinity in 1982. I wasn't born yet. Oh yeah, you gotta remember that. I only look older than you because of the beard. In 1982, he was a minister in divinity. It's got a long line. I'll skip some of the chaplain experiences he has in Iraq and all over the world and all the other countries in Germany and wherever. It's a whole long list for people in the army. We're going to skip that. I'm going to go right on to a little bit of his family because his wife is here with him. And I don't think we would have wanted him to come without his wife because she's a wonderful lady. We've been out for lunch together. Really nice. We've been out for lunch with his mother, his wife. So Chaplain Lembke is a man who loves his family as he loves his soldiers. All right? He loves music. He walked with his guitar. I couldn't stop him. You see, he's standing with his guitar. So his bio says he loves music. He loves his wife. You love your wife more than music or music more than your wife?
I love my wife more than music.
He loves his wife more than music. Good. I wanted to put him on the spot, right? Did you play music to win her heart?
And I love God most of all.
God. And he loved God most of all. And that's the commonality that Javier here. He loves God most of all. And that's the thing. He has his wife and who's Nancy, his daughter Heidi, his son-in-law Ben, and grandson Oliver and Mike, and daughter-in-law Sarah. And they both live in Quincy, Massachusetts. So he's here with his wife, and it's a pleasure to have him with us. Welcome, Colonel Michael Lembke.
I really
Pleasure.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Sheikh, I think you took all my time that you gave me to speak. The Sheikh said I grew up in a town in Indiana where we didn't know multi-faith or interfaith. We all pretty much looked the same, went to the same church. I was telling my colleagues here, even sitting at a table with African Americans and Southern Baptists, I'm Lutheran, other Christians, we didn't mix at all. And so getting to work in multi-faith outreach ministry in the United States Army has been a great pleasure. And I will say, it's one of the most humble moments of my life right now. Hearing the testimonies, hearing the stories, and to know to announce to you the thing I like and love most about Sheikh, of the many things, is he has that wonderful combination of humility, God-given humility, courage, and the willingness to get up and do something. Those three things together are an unstoppable combination and is the heart. I use the term multi-faith or interfaith ministry and work and communication, and that's the thing that I think has brought us together, Sheikh. And the reason that the Sheikh had trouble getting into the headquarters at Southern Command is we had spelled his name wrong. So I'm sorry for that. And you know what, the guards saw the names didn't match, and they sent him away. Now, I didn't know this. We were conducting the conference. I didn't know that the Sheikh had arrived and gone. We thought he just had not come. And the reason I love and respect and see not only as a friend, but as a role model and a mentor, the next day he came back. Because he is a humble man, he's a man of courage, and he's somebody who's willing to do something. Again, it was a humbling moment for me, Sheikh, and I'm moved to speak to this group and to share the meal. I want to receive this honor as a respect to my family and the Sheikh. You were very gracious in introducing my wife and my colleagues, Chaplain Towery and his wife Beth, Master Sergeant Tabitha Harris, Father Greg Cagianelli, and Staff Sergeant Julene Amerson from my office. It's great to work with them. The Sheikh mentioned I served in different places. I served in Bosnia and worked with Muslims there, Roman Catholics, and the Orthodox in a multi-faith setting. I'm going to sing a couple of songs for you that came out of that time. And we brought together chaplains from Poland, from Turkey, from the Dutch, British, all different countries, and we came together. And as Sheikh has told you about our multi-faith work, and as you saw, and as you see from Alhikmat TV, bringing those different voices together, you find out you do have commonalities and you do have differences. And I appreciate the fact that Alhikmat and the Dar al-Ulum Institute is willing to address those differences. That's what gives power to multi-faith, interfaith work, is to announce those differences, to celebrate them where we can, to put them on the table so we can see them, we get to know each other, and we realize that we can live together without violence and hatred and assumptions and prejudices. One other thing I enjoy about the Sheikh that he's modeled for us again tonight, when we get together, we talk about God and faith and family and prayer and hope and healing and understand the sacred and the holy and how important that is. And he asks me sometimes some hard questions, and I ask him some hard questions. It's been a great experience for me because in my work as a military chaplain, a lot of times among the chaplains, not Christian and Muslim, just Christian and Christian, we don't really talk about what we believe very much. We do our work, and we find it surprising sometimes when we do get into those conversations that there's great joy, there's great commonality, there's a great spirit. And that's what I see about the work of Alhikmat and why I and my wife and my colleagues celebrate with you this evening. I'd like to share a couple of songs. I've really enjoyed the speakers, and I will clear the stage here, but I did want to share some music with you. I think music is the universal language, breaks down barriers. This is a song called Give Me the Word, and when men of faith say, give me the word, we know that is the word from God that we are looking to be led. I wrote this in 2001 when I was in Bosnia. Lord, give me the word that I might speak. Open my ears that I might listen. Awaken my heart to love you more. Lord, move my feet along your path. Where are the voices? Where are right choices to gather the peoples into one? Is chaos supreme? Is peace just a dream? Are we just fences and defenses? Lord, give me the word that I might speak. Open my ears that I might listen. Awaken my heart to love you more. Lord, move my feet along your path. Why don't we meet at the corner on the street to talk about the ways we could create? My words aren't enough, they're empty, just a bluff. I need some inspiration from above. Lord, give me the word that I might speak. Open my ears that I might listen. Awaken my heart to love you more. Lord, move my feet along your path. Speeches, committees, in the country, in the city, are simply moving air if there's no trust. A person must be willing to say no to hate and killing, and yes to reconciling once for all. Lord, give me the word that I might speak. Open my ears that I might listen. Awaken my heart to love you more. Lord, move my feet along your path. Lord, move my feet along your path. Well, whether you'll allow me or not, I'm going to sing one more song. This song is called When the Wire Comes Down, when the barbed wire comes down. So many places I've been, there's a lot of barbed wire. And so this song is When the Wire, that is, when the barbed wire comes down. When the wire comes down and we all shake hands and we know a peace that's gonna last. When the dividing walls crumble at our feet and we can finally breathe and rest. When the kids are at play and no one can say I'm out of work or I'm out of time. We'll see a rainbow in the sky and the light of new hope in our eyes. We'll be the captive of none, all hearts are one. When the wire comes down for good, it will be good. When the wire comes down, all people of faith will be able to walk in their own way of grace. God won't divide us, prayer might unite us. Difference vanishes without a trace. We'll see a rainbow in the sky and the light of new hope in our eyes. We'll be the captive of none, all hearts are one. When the wire comes down for good, it will be good. Thank you very much.
You see, Pastor and Colonel and Chaplain is a man who speaks through songs. He loves music so much, so he chose to say his words through songs, and I think that's how he captured the heart of his wife. You're a good singer. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to have Colonel Lembke with us. Now, this is a gift I owe my friend for the past month. But as I said, I don't know if I would have been allowed to walk in the U.S. Army with this. They would have sure called all the outside security suspicious package with a suspicious Muslim entering the U.S. Army compound. Channel 7, 6, and all would have pulled me aside. So it's a privilege for me to present this. I'm going to call Brother Khalid Mirza. We have another gift to give him, but I want to give you this that I owed you. My daughter insisted I must not take the gift out because she's too shy that I take this little gift out, but it has a lot of meaning. This is a special bottle of Islamic perfume. I'm not saying that the soldiers don't smell well, but no, that's a joke. God, you guys, come on. This, by now they're in a lot of rigorous training. This is a very special perfume that we use, and you know, perfume is something that the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, loved. So I'm giving you something. You know, good things come in small packages. He loved perfume. He said when someone offers you a perfume, you must not refuse it. That's my reason for giving you this. Because it's a loving gift. It's a nice thing to give to someone. And you're a friend, and I want us to continue a sweet relationship. See, you may be good in singing. I'm good in words. Inshallah, alhamdulillah. So this is your birthday gift, sir. And this is that CD that we spoke about, the Quran in English and Arabic. And this is a Quran, beautiful Quran in Arabic and English. And you're being a man of that stature in your position with all these chaplains under you and all this connection you have all over America, Brazil, all these hundred, you know it, I don't need to get into the lie. People have questions about Islam, whatever or not, you check it out. You can call us. You got a lot of scholars and Sheikh here, and we could try to do some clarification, inshallah.
Okay. Thank you. I did want to say thank you very much, Sheikh. That's very kind, and I receive it, the perfume for myself and these gifts on behalf of my colleagues as well. One of the things I will say about the military, U.S. military chaplaincy, even though, you know, myself, I'm a Christian, and of course there are many types of Christians, but my work is not only with Christians, it's for any soldier, sailor, airman, Marine, Coast Guardsman, civilian. We respond to their needs. So Muslims and Jews and those who feel like somebody's forcing them to pray, we have all these conversations, and so it's very important for us to have something as portable as this, and we will indeed be sending these around. So thank you for all the generosity here this evening, and I'll be in touch with the Sheikh to get more of these Qurans to make sure we get them into the hands of those who need them, and thank you again.
Thank you very much, sir. So we can put it inside. And I think you see the reason why we did those Quran, it's worthwhile. And he is the man in connection with the chaplains directly. I don't need to tell you these connections in all the different prisons and where the armies are. That's a whole different world. But I have to call a guest to present another presentation to you. This was my gift to you. Okay. Now you're being here and you're given a message here tonight as an honored guest. I call on Brother Khalid Mirza, who is the president of Miami Gardens Mosque. Yes, Miami Gardens Mosque, a very prominent businessman in South Florida, a man who has been in the leadership in South Florida ever since I came here. I must say the first masjid I gave khutbah in 25 years ago was in his masjid in Miami Gardens. It was still a little house when I was visiting South Florida. 25 plus years. So we have a special gift here to present, and I want Brother Khalid Mirza. He's one of the oldest and the senior leaders in South Florida amongst the mosques and the centers that have been built here in South Florida. Miami Gardens happens to be in the records with Masjid al-Ansar, etc., but they have that history. So we want to create that bond now. So could you read it for him and present it?
Assalamu alaikum, shalom, sarcirikal, namaste, buenas noches. It's my great honor to see all the friends over here from all the religion groups. And after speaking Maulana Shafayat, it's very difficult to beat him. He's the best speaker, He can talk and he can talk, and we have to listen. And to come back after his speech is very difficult to do anything. But only thing I will say with the colonel over here, I have great love for Indiana. He grew up in Indiana. When I came to this country, I had no job. Indiana was the first, they offered me job. I was in New York on the phone. I could not refuse. I took a Greyhound bus, went to Indianapolis. At that time, my English was Indianapolis. And then I realized it's not Indianapolis, it's Indianapolis. I went to Greyhound from New York to Indianapolis to get my first job. I still love Indiana because they gave me my first job. And then I saw he went to the Lutheran school. So luckily when I came to Florida when I was young, the first job I got in Miami was with a Lutheran church. There are 16 Lutheran churches in Miami. They own a nursing home. It's called Fair Havens in Miami Springs. I worked with them 18 years until one Jewish family bought it and kicked me out. So I have great respect for Lutheran because they gave me a job for 18 years. I still friend with a Jewish. My attorney is a Jew, my CP is a Jew. So I still have great respect for Jews also too. I'm just making joke, you know. But again, with the colonel, he's a great man of God. He preached to all the soldiers, including Muslim, non-Muslims. It's our great honor to see him over here. And the reads over here, Alhikmat Services, Inc., Annual Award, May 2nd, 15, present to Colonel Michael T. Lembke, in appreciation for your leadership in interfaith and community services. MashaAllah, may Allah bless you. Thank you very much.
What a great honor. Thank you very much. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.